welcome to the channel. Today you join me in tying the purple one. So this is a nymph that I've kind of recently began tying, and sole purpose of this nymph is obviously for grayling fishing. Reason why I'm showing you this one today is recently on my social medias I uploaded an image of this fly and just asked people to kind of help out with the naming of it, and since then a few people have contacted me about how I would go about tying it. So here we are. So as usual, I'll go through the materials as I'm tying, and then there'll also be a full list in the description. But to begin with, in the vise I've got myself a Jig Force black nickel fully mill hook, that's size 14, and the bead that I'm using is one of the slotted tungsten beads in metallic purple. That's a 3.8mm bead. I will tie these 14s, 16s and 18s, and obviously they can be used for either point flies or droppers. Thread is my Textreme standard 8/0 in black. So the first job is we're going to catch our thread on, and all we're going to look to do is to get that bead secured. So I'll take a few turns behind it at the back, and then I'll come back down, just so that we're creating a thread dam and a bit of taper into the fly as well, which will help later when we come to add our body. So one more there, I think we'll have that secure. Yeah, and as you can see, I've just created that thread dam and a bit of taper into the fly. Get rid of my waste piece, and the first part of the fly that we're going to add is the tag, the tail to the fly. So this is a length of Glo-Brite number 15, which is purple. So I've cut a length, I've doubled it over, and I'll double it over again, so there's 4 strands there in total, and then I'll bring that into the fly. What I'll do is I'll draw that through so it's just shy of the bead, and then with my tying thread I can continue to secure that to the hook, and once I'm there, kind of where the bend of the hook is, I'll obviously stop. I'll then bring my tying thread back up, open turns, just securing those last few pieces there, like so. What I'll then do is I'll come in and I'll add my rib to the fly, which is just some silver wire. This is just some medium wire. So I'll catch that in, and again, just take my tying thread. Helps you don't pull it out, John. We will try again and catch that in, and we'll take our thread back down to where the bend of the hook starts. Now with the tags, for me, what I tend to do with all of mine is I will actually cut them once I've had the body to the fly. So the body on this fly is some Peacock dubbing in purple, really nice shimmer to it, sparkle. So we'll add some of this, dub it on, create a noodle, and as I always say with dubbing, it's best to add more as you need it rather than try and take it off. So catch a few fibres in, and then we can start to come up, and obviously with that tapering behind the bead, it helps with the tapering of the body. So we can add just a small pinch in behind the bead there, and there we have the body done. So like I say, it's a nice simple fly to get tied up. We're going to obviously bring our ribbon through, which we're going to look to add 4 turns. There's 2, 3 and 4 in behind the bead. Secure that with a few turns before helicoptering that off, and then like I say, I'll come back and obviously trim away the excess material on the tail. You want your tags to kind of be roughly in line with the bend of the hook. I like to take mine a little bit shorter, so I come in just a little bit. Okay, and there we've got our tag cut. So all we've got to do now is to add our CDC hackle. So for this, what I do is I'll select a CDC feather, draw the fibres back, and I'll use my clip just to secure it, and I'm only going to use half of the feather, so you can create 2 flies from a single feather. We'll cut the stem away, and then I'll come in and split my thread. Picked up a bit of tying thread there from somewhere. Yeah, so split your thread like so, and then we can add in the CDC. Secure that by spinning our thread and our bobbin, and then we can obviously bring this on. So what I do is I'll bring it round, and then once I've got to the end of the hackle, I'll put another full turn in before drawing everything back, and that is my CDC hackle done. The last thing to do is just to add a collar to the fly, and the collar is again just a small pinch of the Peacock dubbing in purple. So bring that up, make sure you don't trap any of the fibres, and we'll just bring that round, looking to add 2 turns. Small dab of glue on the thread, super glue, and then we can obviously look to whip finish the fly. So we'll go with our 3-turn whip. 1, 2, 3. Draw everything in, and then we can obviously trim away our tying thread. All I will do now is come in with a bit of Velcro, and just kind of tease a few of those fibres out on the hackle. And this, like I say, so far, this season served me really well as a quick, simple pattern to tie up. As I say, it works just as well on the point fly in the larger sizes like this that I've tied for you today, the 14 with the 3.8. But you can also tie these a little bit smaller and obviously fish them as a dropper pattern. But as I say, it's everything you need in a grayling pattern, really. Nice, quick, simple pattern to get tied up. Hopefully you've enjoyed that and you'll get a few tied up. All the best, and I'll see you again soon.